Hey there. Today I'm answering a question I had from a few people last week. Do I have to take an RMD or a required minimum distribution? And if so, how do I calculate it? You may have heard the term RMD and are very familiar because you're subject to one, or you might just be vaguely familiar with hearing about it, but it doesn't apply to you yet, or you may just have never heard of it at all. So as Julie Andrews says in The Sound of Music, which is one of my favorite musicals, let's start at the very beginning. The IRS does a great thing by giving us different types of retirement accounts that we can save in and defer tax on until we reach a certain age. Traditional IRAs, SEP IRAs, simple IRAs, and traditional 401k plans are all types of tax-deferred retirement accounts that are allowed to grow without any taxes until a certain point in time. And at that point in time is when required minimum distributions start. A required minimum distribution is the amount that the IRS requires us to take out and pay tax on each year once we reach that certain age. Well, you might be wondering, what is that certain age? And right now, as the current rules stand, you must start taking a required distribution if you turn age 73 in 2024. So here's the current breakdown by year of birth. If you were born in 1952 or later, so you're age 72 or younger, you do not have to take a required distribution in 2024. If you were born in 1950 or earlier, so you're 74 or older, you would be required to take a distribution in 2024. And if you were born in 1951 and you will be 73 this year, this is your first year of required distributions. And you have a special one-time opportunity to delay your first required distribution until April 1st of 2025. But that means you would also have to take your 2025 required distribution and essentially double up on distributions in 2025. Why would you do that? Well, it might make sense if you're anticipating a much lower income next year. Like if you're retiring this year or you had some type of property sale or something that generates a higher income than normal this year. Your tax accountant can probably help you determine if delaying your first RMD might be a good strategy for you. So how much must you withdraw if you're subject to an RMD? It's a calculation defined for us by the IRS Uniform Lifetime Table, and luckily it's pretty easy. Step 1, you locate the account balance as of December 31st, 2023. Remember, the only accounts subject to RMDs are traditional retirement accounts like IRAs, 401ks, or 403bs, so be sure you're using the right accounts for your RMDs, not necessarily your whole portfolio balance. Step 2, use the IRS Uniform Lifetime Table to find your life expectancy factor. You can find this table on the IRS website, or check out page 2 of the linked Key Financial Data reference card. Locate the age you'll turn this year. So if your birthday was September 2nd, 1951, then you'll be 73 this year. Use age 73 and jot down the life expectancy factor for your age. It's 26.5 for age 73. And step 3, divide your 2023 year-end account balance by the life expectancy factor. So for example, if your year-end balance was $100,000 and you turned 73 this year, then you would divide $100,000 by 26.5. And your RMD this year would be around $3,773. If, as in the example, you turned 73 this year, you would be required to take $3,773 before April 1st of 2025, since it's your first required distribution. For everyone else subject to an RMD, their distribution amount should be distributed before December 31st of 2024. Don't forget that like all distributions from traditional IRAs and retirement plans, the funds are fully taxable at your ordinary marginal tax rate. So be prepared to be taxed on your RMD. What happens if you don't take it? Well, nothing immediately. But if caught, you'd be subject to a 25% penalty on what you were supposed to take. And that would be on top of the normal taxes due on the distribution, so it's pretty expensive not to take it. All in all, RMDs are not a bad thing, and they can be an important part of your income stream and overall financial plan. Check out the resource we've linked for you below called What Issues Should I Consider When Reviewing My RMD? And feel free to reach out to us if you have questions about your personal situation. At Elevate Wealth Advisory, we're here to make sure you're taking your RMDs and helping you save taxes where you can. If your advisor isn't doing this for you, we can help. Visit elevate-wealth.com and click Let's Talk.